It is a lifeline for both cities' storefronts and local businesses, transforming long empty properties in downtown San Francisco. And now the Vacant to Vibrant program is expanding to help revitalize another struggling part of the city.
And Union Square is kind of the heart of San Francisco. So for me to even have this opportunity, it's kind of surreal.
And we will hear from the Oakland store clerk, robbed twice in only 2 days. He says the paycheck is just not worth it. And a Bay Area teacher, half a world away in Italy, shares how she'll be watching the funeral of the Pope Francis in the city that shares his name.
It's really beautiful to be with the people that actually knew Pope Francis.
This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Hi, I'm Sarah Donchie. Juliette has the evening off tonight. It is no secret that San Francisco continues to struggle bringing in businesses to its pricey commercial real estate market. The latest numbers show its recovery is still lagging well behind other prominent cities. Now, according to the city's data, 35% of available commercial office space was empty in the first quarter of 2025, a figure that has held pretty steady since June of last year. Now, compare that to New York, which is equally, if not more expensive at 16%, although a close comparison. Both LA and Seattle were also under 30%, but there is a bright spot. More and more small businesses seem to be signing up for San Francisco's Vacant to Vibrant program. And the ones who are already in it are looking to expand both their footprints and their leases. Currently, there are 10 pop-up spots with long-term leases through this program. As you can see, they are all pretty much concentrated downtown in the financial district and SoMa near the Embarcadero. However, that list is going to expand in another iconic part of the city, Union Square. That is where Max Darrow caught up with the owner of a much-loved local taqueria, looking to bring his own unique flavor to that neighborhood.
And
Looking up at the Dewey Monument in Union Square,
it reminds me a lot.
Miguel Escobedo sees a connection between his soon-to-open restaurant's new neighborhood and the place the food he's proud to serve comes from.
And Mexico's Ángel de la Independencia stands proud in Mexico City, so I love that. Visually, I love that.
Just another sign he's made the right decision. Miguel is in the midst of opening a brick-and-mortar location of Al Pastor Papi.
This is cool.
With his famous Trompo al Pastor at 232 O'Farrell.
The Trompo al Pastor is going to go over there. So when you're ordering, you come in, you're going to see that slice of Mexico City right in front of you.
This spot has stood vacant for years. It was a Chipotle pre-pandemic.
And it's just been needing a new parent since then. So the Papi's coming.
And that is thanks to SF New Deal's Vacant to Vibrant pop-up program. It's a public-private partnership to fill vacant storefronts with small businesses. Participating property owners offer the pop-ups a couple of months of free rent. Grants give the pop-ups a stipend, and SF New Deal helps with the back-of-the-house support.
I mean, Union Square is kind of the heart of San Francisco, so for me to even have this opportunity, it's kind of surreal.
Since Vacant to Vibrant's inception nearly 2 years ago, they've brought 18 small business pop-ups to downtown San Francisco. And they've seen some success because more than half of those pop-ups determined that they wanted to sign long-term leases to stay in San Francisco.
There is a lot of vacant space, and we are aiming to bring vibrancy.
Simon Bertrang, SF New Deal's executive director, says the conversations with property owners have really changed since they launched the concept.
So they are really eager to participate in the program because they see both that they create some temporary activation that creates this vibrancy for their properties, but also there's a chance that they could find a long-term tenant that they might not have been able to access before.
He says over the course of the next year, they will create the space for 25 more pop-ups. And Bertrang's eyes are really set on a downtown corridor just around the corner from Al Pastor Papi.
Powell Street in particular, has a very high vacancy rate, but it still has a lot of foot traffic. The city and SF New Deal are hoping that we're going to be able to sign some leases on all 3 blocks of Powell Street.
All of my food endeavors have always been like a love letter to San Francisco. So I think she's writing back, like, come back, come to me, help me out.
Miguel is signed on for an 18-month lease.
Yeah, so it's a good chunk to see what we can do.
A chance to get in on the ground floor. of a neighborhood looking to grow into a new version of itself at the heart of San Francisco.
Al Pastor Papi is one of 3 newly announced pop-ups. Another one, New Works, is opening in Union Square too, along with Craftivity, that is opening in the East Cut. And be sure to tune in tomorrow to our morning edition at 6:30. Max will speak live with one of the leaders of the CBRE, a company tracking office vacancies in San Francisco and around the Bay Area, to really get a better and more detailed idea of what is driving all of these trends and how the recovery efforts are looking moving forward as the city starts to change. Now to Oakland, where police are investigating a shooting this afternoon that left several cars riddled with bullet holes. This happened on 80th Avenue and B Street, not far from International Boulevard. We saw a lot of police looking for evidence out there. We reached out to OPD for information on exactly what happened and, very importantly, to find out if anybody got hurt or if anyone was arrested, but we are still waiting to hear back from them with more information. Now, at the same time, police there are investigating robberies at least 6 gas stations and convenience stores over the last couple of days alone. You can see on this map that they're all along major thoroughfares crisscrossing the city of Oakland. One 7-Eleven was actually hit twice in 1 week with the same clerk working each time. He told our Dahlin he is not waiting around for that to happen again.
After giving a statement to police, the cashier told the manager he quit right on the spot. He had been working at this Grand Avenue 7-Eleven for 3 months, but 2 robberies back to back, he says, can't do it anymore. This is the aftermath of the early Friday morning robbery. Surveillance video shows 5 to 6 people leaving in what's likely a stolen car.
They came inside directly and they started hitting me and on my
Where
head.
did they hit you?
On my head, and then
On your head?
yeah, then they pushed me to open the cash register.
Cashier Bishnu Bandari says his head still hurts from the attack. He says the robbers took $300 to $400 in cash along with merchandise. The glass doors were locked Friday morning, but the robbers used a rock to break through and get inside.
I was scared and I don't know what was happening.
And this was the robbery just a day before, Thursday morning, at the same 7-Eleven. Bishnu was working then too. When robbers rammed a stolen car into the front of the store, he ran for safety.
I got scared and I ran to the office. After that, I locked the door from inside.
Bishnu says there have been multiple robberies at this location in recent years, including one in 2023 when gunmen held up an armed security guard to rob a delivery truck. He made $17 an hour, just above minimum wage. An immigrant from Nepal, Bishnu says he came to Oakland looking for a better life. Too dangerous?
Yeah, it's too dangerous, too risky.
Oakland police believe 3 separate crews are behind a wave of robberies and burglaries targeting gas stations and convenience stores this week. 4 people were arrested on Thursday. 2 other groups are still out there.
We're going to track you down. We're going to arrest you. We're going to recover the video. We're going to get the evidence. And now we're working with the district attorney's office, and people will be held accountable.
The robberies come as Oakland police announce overall crime is down significantly. They report robbery is down 44% and burglary down 36%.
If you're the victim of a crime, no matter what the trend is, and if crime's going down, it's going to be very hard for you to feel safe.
Bishnu and many 7-Eleven customers say it's hard to believe crime is down, given what they're seeing.
People are fed up and they're just not reporting it because it does kind of take a long time for the police to come for things like this. I mean, you have to be dying for the police to come in Oakland. Working his second job at a food truck on Friday, Bishnu says he's grateful to be alive, and now he'll start looking for a new job.
I'm okay for now, you know.
Yeah.
It's my luck, I guess.
You got lucky. You feel like you got lucky. I gotcha. No arrests in the early Friday morning robbery. Police are asking anyone with information to come forward.
San Jose police have arrested a prolific graffiti artist known by their tag Goob. They say 20-year-old Alex Garcia has been spray painting spots across downtown for at least 2 years. He now faces multiple vandalism charges. Police also arrested 19-year-old Josiah Lopez Villalobos for allegedly spray painting what they're calling gang-motivated graffiti in at least 19 places across the city. Officials say this crackdown is about more than just property damage.
But we never lose sight of these kinds of offenses that collectively degrade our neighborhoods and our quality of life. Graffiti is not a harmless prank. It is a crime, that imposes cleanup costs on businesses, residents, and our city.
The Santa Clara County District Attorney says that graffiti vandalism can cost San Jose hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And a major retail bust, 3 people facing charges for stealing more than $300,000 worth of high-end jewelry and merchandise across the state. The California Attorney General says the suspects would steal personal information and then open and max out credit cards. Targets included victims in San Mateo and Santa Clara counties.
Our message to those involved in these crimes is unwavering. If you steal the identities of fellow Californians, if you try to make an easy buck off of other people's hard work, we will come for you.
The suspects have been charged with 20 counts of grand theft and 13 counts of identity theft. Still ahead, a Marin County community coming together after the tragic deaths of 4 teenagers in a crash. The effort to help students heal through art. Then we'll speak with the North Bay Catholic school teacher who is in Italy, how San Francisco's sister city is saying goodbye to Pope Francis.
A few showers out there on this Friday evening. Scatter showers moved in several hours ago, a little ahead of schedule, and it's just going to be an unsettled weekend in general. Take a look at that, and we're tracking a big warm-up next week, farther away from the water, coming up in the First Alert forecast.